So yeah, on 11th of March, I have my English exam of class 12th boards. So I'm gonna start my preparation from today. It's 9th of March. So I have to read what like my one book which is Vistaas and one more book which is Flamingo, and Vistaas have around 6 chapters. It has 6 chapters, and firstly, I'm thinking that I should complete this book. It contains all the chapters, and Flamingo also have 6 or 7 chapters or 8, and then it has poem also, and then I'll do that. And after that, I have to study the other creative writing portion of the exam and everything. So firstly, I was thinking ki I should complete this one, and then I'll continue with other. The first one is the third level, written by Jack Finney, and the second is the Tiger King, written by Kalki, and the third story is Journey to the End of the Earth, written by Dashani Doshi. The fourth one is The Enemy, written by Pearl S. Buck. On the Face of It, written by Susan Hill. Memories of Childhood contains 2 chapters. The one is Cutting Off My Long Hair, which is written by Jit Kalasa. And the second chapter, We Too Are Human Beings, written by Bama. So these are the stories that we are gonna read. So before that, I think I should give some intro about these chapters. The first chapter is the third level. It was a chapter about today's modern problems like depression, anxiety, and for escaping that problems, and for um, coming out of those problems, people find escape. Similarly, the author of this chapter also tells us, Jake Finney, that for escaping the depression, anxiety of today's modern world, he had traveled to an imaginary third level of Grand Central Railway Station, and mm, he was he went back in the time. He time travels actually. So he went back about years, hundreds of years ago, like 1894 or something, and there he found different things, old people, and so that's what the story is about. The second story, The Tiger King, is about a king who uh, thought that when he was born, it was said that he will die because of the tiger. So he, for proving it wrong, he decides to kill all the tigers, to kill 100 tigers, and he kills every tiger. When he killed 99 tiger and the last tiger was remain, so he searched that tiger everywhere, and he thought he killed that tiger, but he couldn't, and he killed all the 100 tigers, but at the end of the day he died because of the tiger uh, toy tiger. Yeah. Then the third story is The Journey to the End of the Earth. It was a story about the Antarctic, the continent Antarctic, where what it is about, how the end of the earth, which is in the um, South Pole, I guess. Yeah, South Pole, and how what it shows, and what are the impacts that it is causing in the whole world. Not just how Antarctica, being part of the world, impacts the other countries, impacts the global temperature, the climatic conditions and climate changes and everything, how it is impacting, and what are the steps that we should take towards our earth. So it is kind of related to the natural environment, or like climate changes, and other factors like environment. Okay. Then the fourth chapter, The Enemy. It is about a Japanese doctor, Sadao, and one for American person. I don't really maybe Sam. I don't remember the name correctly. About that person. So that he was from some army or something. That American person, and he gets injured, and at that time there was a war ongoing between Japan and America. So when when that person came, that American person, he was when Sadao, the doctor, sees that he's injured. So now he gets stuck into a place where the path diverges into two. One is that whether he should fulfill his nation's duty by not treating the patient and just handling him to the army of the Japan, and the second, his role as a doctor, that he should treat him, and that's the story it is about. And the fifth story on the face of it, it's a story about like a person who's so insecure about the way he looks and whatever had happened. There's a boy who has burned his face. Okay, so he was very insecure about his face. He don't go anywhere, he just stays at home, don't socialize, and he felt so bad about it. And one day when he went to a garden, beautiful garden, owned by a person who who had broken his leg, and he has a leg of 10. So when he been there, and when he interacts with him, when he talks with him, he feels so good. And for the first time, he got a friend. Because even that person who had his leg broken, even after that, she was so optimistic about life. He engages with others, he socializes, he just loves to enjoy the things, even he had some pain and misery in her life, but he just enjoys everything. So that's what story is about. And the last chapter, the memories of childhood, which contains two of the chapter, the cutting of my long hair. It was a story about the Indian American, mm, no, American, native Indian American. Okay, I got confused about the two terms, Indian American and American Indian. Yeah, American Indian, I guess. Yeah. So the before, what used to there were very strict rules and hostels. So there's this one girl who had very long hairs, and she went to the hostel and the school where there were rules that everyone's hair should be like this much length, and she had very long beautiful black hairs, and that was not allowed there. And it was like a tradition where she came from, that long hair should be there for uh, it's like important. Okay, so but at the end, she was forced to cut her hairs. That's what the story is about. And we too are human beings. I think I haven't read this chapter. mm, uh, mm, yeah, I have read it. It was about a girl, a Dalit girl. In India, what happens? There are hierarchies or caste system. So those who come from caste like Dalit and all, so they are mistreated, and they are considered as untouchable. Um, they not are considered, they were considered as untouchables back in the time, but there is nothing like that in legal ways. It's banned, but there are a lot of still there are a lot of people who thinks that this is mm, mm, this caste system thing, they call it, and they believe it, and they just do that thing. So this girl who finds that very irritating, so it's a story about that. These all are the chapters, so this is like a gist of all the chapters. So now let's read them. and study them one by one and see what will happen. I mean, preparing for the boards. Yeah. Bye bye.